Western Australia's coastline is blessed with many fisheries, all catching some of the world's best, freshest seafood in our clean, pristine waters. But did you know that WA's most valuable fishery is that of the Western Rock Lobster, with an estimated value of over $400 million? It was the world's first fishery to be named ecologically sustainable by the Marine Stewardship Council. So this leads me to this small little fishing town 2 hours north of Perth. Cervantes has been home to the lobster fishery since the 1960s, with many fishermen living in coastal shacks, spending their days on the hunt for the elusive Western Rock Lobster. This morning, I'm on board the Shack Attack, heading out offshore with Peter House and Skipper Ash, who are experts in finding the Western Rock Lobster. After a short 15-minute cruise on the old briny, we arrive at the lobster pots, hopefully laden with our prized catch. You little ripper! With our catch on board, it's time to head back to the shack.
Hey Pete, welcome to the Lobster Shack.
Thanks mate, so tell me a little bit about the place.
Sure, well it started in 1966 with a guy called Dave Thompson, the father of 3 sons. They started fishing in Green Island and then moved around the coast here to Cervantes, started fishing out the front here, and then this place just grew over time, started becoming a processing factory, then a little shack where they used to just serve a couple of meals, and now the whole shack holds 550 people and then does about 1,200 meals a day.
So mate, it's not just a restaurant though, there's a whole process behind the restaurant, isn't there?
Yeah, no, well we're only 2 hours from Perth. In the region we've got the Pinnacles, so people come for a day trip, then come across to us for lunch, so we serve people lunch here, give them fresh seafood. A couple of different things they can do at the shack while they're here is go on one of our boat tours, pot pulling tour or charter tour. And they can also do a factory tour. They walk over the lanes and have a look at the crayfish. And they listen to the different stages along the way. So you can take from 20 minutes to an hour if you're pleased to do it. And at the end, there's a touch pool where they can see all the different crays, hold them up, have a photo and enjoy the whole experience.
Get a lobster selfie, you know?
That's it.
And if they want to take home some fresh seafood, do you just supply, you know, the restaurant, or is there other markets that you do as well?
Oh no, we supply WA restaurants locally. We also send them to the eastern seaboard, but predominantly we send a lot of crayfish live overseas. We export a lot of crayfish to China. Every day we send a couple of trucks down to Perth and they jump on aeroplanes this afternoon, end up in China tomorrow morning. I don't think you could get anything like this anywhere else in Western Australia. Hour and a half, 2 hours out of Perth, come and have lunch, go to the Pinnacles, sit on the beach, go for a swim or go on one of our boats. Speaking
of which, I can't stand here all day. I'm actually getting a bit hungry. I wouldn't mind actually having a bit of a look at how you're cooking things. So.
Well, maybe you can cook something up as well, Pete.
Yeah, of course. So Diego, you know, I cook crayfish, but you do it every day. Do you want to give me some tips on how you like to cook your crayfish here?
Yeah, sure. So first step, we get the lobsters here in the fridge, put them on the grill. See, they look nice and fresh.
Yep.
And then we put the lid on. We come up with some water for steam.
And how long does that normally cook for, you know?
It's roughly about 5 minutes.
And then when we finish it, pull it off a bit of butter or something?
Yeah, we'll put some garlic butter on top.
So cooking it on the shell side, you find it sort of steams it almost, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It's not often us West Aussies get to taste our own state's best seafood, with most of it being exported overseas. That's why places like the Lobster Shack are a real treasure. Just 2 hours from Perth on Australia's Coral Coast. Look at this spread.